Hey AfterBuzzers, welcome to an all-new Twin Peaks after show here at AfterBuzz TV. Tonight, we are breaking down Season 3, Part 16. There is so much to talk about, a lot of answers, a lot more questions, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello again, ABTV Twin Peaks fans. Thank you so much for tuning into our after show here at AfterBuzz TV. I'm your host, Sam Davidson. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at SamD43. Tonight, it's just me and Michael Shirley holding up the house. Where can everyone find you on social media?
You can find me at Michael X Shirley on Instagram and on Twitter.
And of course, don't forget to follow AfterBuzz TV at AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms. Rate, review, subscribe. We love hearing your insightful feedback about this show and putting our heads together to figure out what the heck is going on, right?
Oh my
gosh. Michael just finished the episode and I walked in and he's pulling his hair out, you know. He's not sure. I'm not sure, but I think we have some actual progress, right?
Yeah.
Some of the storylines.
I think we finally all got what we wanted tonight when it came to Dougie, Dale.
We did, and you know, we also saw some deaths. You know,
yeah, I think it kind of makes sense that we're like a lonely panel tonight because so many people kind of got plucked out of Twin Peaks today.
Literally sucked out. But first, I want to talk about this really interesting scene with Richard Horne, Mr. C.
Okay.
So we were right, of course. It was very obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Richard is Mr. C's son. And they are in the car. We pick up where we left off as far as with their storyline. And they go to these two matching coordinates. There's two matching coordinates that Mr. C had.
Yeah, he's got three, and two of them are the same, and
yes.
one of them is different.
Right, and it's this rock.
Right.
And, you know, Jerry Horne is looking through his binoculars, being weird, kind of watching this entire thing go down. What did you think about that? What did you piece together from that?
Well, I kind of feel like Jerry Horne, maybe I should have given him more credit earlier in the season. Maybe he's like been seeing some stuff going on. Maybe he's not just like on drugs. Maybe he's acting this way because he's had some experiences. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was really funny how he made him go check it out because, like, he knew something probably horrible would happen. So he, like, sent his son instead. I
think he knew he was gonna die. It wasn't like oh, crap, well, glad it wasn't me.
I think he knew there was a good chance something bad was gonna happen to someone, whoever stood in that spot.
And, you know, electricity, all of that, and Jerry is screaming, bad binoculars. And, you know, Richard Horne finally gets what he deserves.
Yeah, I was wondering, is he, like, did he kind of get sucked out how we see, like, Diane in the later episode? I mean, he didn't, like, whoosh out.
Exactly.
He like, exploded, and then there was a head, and then that exploded.
Exactly.
That was really funny, like, how he disappeared. It was...
Yeah.
His body.
Do you think that this is the last that we're going to see of Richard Horne, or do you think we could see him in the Red Room or, you know, some other place?
I want to think that because so much time was focused on him, that maybe we would see him if, say, there was a fourth season of Twin Peaks.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't really know, given what all has to go down next week, how that would really, I don't really see him coming back this iteration. We
just have so many storylines going on right now that I think this episode really kind of like tied some of them together. So for the final two, we can move on and really focus on other storylines that have not been solved.
I think it's all going to come to a head at the sheriff's department.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm scared. It is what it seems like.
I don't know.
So our second and third deaths of the evening would be Charlene.
Chantal.
Chantal. Sorry, Chantal. And what's her...
I have no idea what her boyfriend's
I wrote down her boyfriend's name last week. They didn't say it this week, but, you know, he doesn't make it either. So they're outside of Dougie's house. And, you know, this is a place that I'm like, I always forget that house. Like, I always forget the outside of the house. It's just such a pristine, you know, like cookie cutter thing.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me like the neighborhoods and like Weeds.
Yeah.
Like very, like all the houses look the same.
Exactly. So the man that, they see, is it the FBI that comes to Dougie's house?
Yeah. I thought it was the police department at first because they had LVPD like on the paperwork they had.
Yeah.
But apparently they're FBI agents. I guess they got information from the police.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite really sure why they're looking for him. Maybe because they know he's alive. I don't know. I'm not really sure why they're looking for him. I think.
Okay. So they were looking for Dougie.
Right.
Not, you know, they have no idea what's really going on here.
Yeah, I was thinking they're looking for Dougie to see if he's actually Dale Cooper. I'm not really sure why they're looking for Dougie.
Yeah, I haven't put together, you know, because I don't think that we exactly know. I don't think they know that this whole thing is happening, that there's several of them. I think that they think kind
of something you wouldn't come to a conclusion.
Just be like, actually,
there are probably
this guy,
several of them.
Dougie, he, you know, is an FBI agent or a doppelganger of an FBI agent from 25 years ago that's been missing. So that's who he is. That's why we're going there.
A loser or a serial killer or...
Yeah, I mean, with that being said, still, I mean, there's Albert and Gordon and Tammy, and they do know a bit, I think.
Yeah, they don't seem like as hot on the trail as I was expecting them to be.
Yeah.
They seem about as in the dark as everyone else, and they're just kind of going over their old stories together.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I kind of feel as though they're waiting for something to happen. We'll get to that scene because there's so much to unpack there. But we see... Let's call him Dale now. He's Dale. He's always been Dale. And now it's the electrical socket that brought him back to realizing who he is, and he's in a coma. And, I mean, that scene was really funny when he's in there, and Janie E. and Sonny Jim, and then the Mitchum brothers come in. And
finger sandwiches.
Yes, with the candy girls with
yeah.
finger sandwiches, you know, and they keep on repeating electricity, electricity, electricity.
Yeah, by the time I had heard that like 20 times in the episode, I was like, I should have done a tally, but they really pushed the electricity in this episode.
Do you think they're trying to throw us off? But there has been a lot of electricity.
Really, I don't think you can really discount electricity is like a thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, but the way they dropped it, it would be like clue, 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 and I'm thinking we've known this the whole time. Like he comes in and out through a socket, essentially, as far as, you know, memories, and we'll call them doppelgangers, but I think they are something else, which we'll get into in a little bit.
David Lynch likes to be overly like cryptic or overly like in your face about something, like this is this, this is this, this is this.
He's like, catch on now, I'm actually giving you guys.
Yeah. So
like,
I know
we know
how
this,
it can
David.
make you want to question that. But
yeah,
I think that electricity has something to do with the Black Lodge, the White Lodge, these coordinates. I mean, with just hearing it all the time, with what happened to Richard, with, you know, it's just, you know, the wall socket, just so much electricity.
I'm just glancing at the chat right now. Ezekiel Kachikes, sorry, I probably butchered that, but electricity is what Lynch uses to predict murder. That is an interesting theory. I mean, I would...
Not usually... There isn't really much good stuff going on when we hear the electricity.
No. there definitely is not.
It's about as, like, good as that green ring. It's just like, oh, get it away.
Yeah,
no.
Exactly. But, you know, we see Dale / who they think is Dougie. He wakes up, and, well, before he wakes up, he's in this in-between of waking up, which is, you know, the man with one arm comes back. And it is...
I was scared for him to take that ring. Were you?
Kind of, but I also, for me, the man with one arm has good intentions. If I'm in like a situation like this, and he came through, yeah, I'd be like, I would. It might be a mistake. I'm a little too trusting. But I don't know. Would you trust him?
The man with one arm?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Why?
I wouldn't trust him or his arm tree.
Okay, well, fair enough, but I would just think, you know, I've been gone for a while, I'm coming back, and he seems to know what's going on, and that would maybe give me some comfort.
I would trust the giant.
Okay, all right. Well, the man with one arm says, you know, you're finally awake, and that he's still out there, a.k.a. Mr. C. And Dale keeps on asking him if he has the seed, so that's what they're calling it, the seed.
These little gold balls.
Yeah, we're
I'm
like,
guessing.
the balls.
Yeah,
it's the seed. So for me, the seed, saying it's the seed, means that something develops from that. Something grows from that. So thinking, about the tree that you were just talking about, I don't know. And we do find out, which we'll get into a little bit, that a lot of the people that we know, someone specifically, like, they're not a real person.
Well, it seems like there are a lot of seeds, but maybe there's just one that's super important, because they're always saying, Laura is the one. They've been saying that since,
I'm annoyed that I haven't seen her again. I'm really annoyed.
I have a feeling we're going to see her next week.
We better. We really better. So the man with one arm says he has to make another seed, and then Dale wakes up, everybody's there, and it's just so funny to me that now that Dale is Dale and acting like Dale, this is the first time Janie E is alarmed and is like, what?
Right.
He's acting weird.
She's like totally into this new guy. He's like her like knight in shining armor. Like.
So do you think, and I think the answer is yes, but that Dale remembers everything?
Yeah, everything.
And he just was stuck and couldn't communicate? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's almost like somebody that has a stroke.
Yeah, it seemed like he could remember every single thing. Mm-hmm. Like, he didn't tell them, even by the end, he didn't exactly say he wasn't. Right,
but he knew that was what was best for Sonny Jim.
Right. And I think he does probably think enough of Janie E.
Yeah, I mean, I think he cares for Janie E now very much. And when they said their goodbyes at the casino, she knew, because he did a slip and he said something, Dougie, and referred to himself not as Dougie. And that's when she's like, you're not Dougie.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoever you are, she kissed him. And it was...
Do you think she's ever going to see him again?
I think she's going to be writing in her diary every day. Praying that he comes home to her, whoever he is.
I couldn't tell if that was like, I'll be back, babe, or if that's like, see you never.
I mean...
I don't know if he's going to be on Earth much longer.
I don't either. I mean, but what is his intention? Does he think that he could come back and have a future with this family?
I don't think he would leave, just knowing Dale Cooper. I don't think he would leave. He would be like, I was undercover. I'm an FBI agent. I care for you, but we can't do this anymore. I've got to go on my next thing. The government will take care of you. I think he will. If he makes it out of all of this, alive or whatever, I think he will come back to them and, accept that is his family now. Do you?
I didn't. I think that's a really nice theory.
Just the way he talked to them, it seemed like...
It seemed to me one of those things, before, not that they're going to die, but before someone's going to die, they're going to die, or you'll never see them again.
Dale
you tell
Cooper's
them exactly,
super dramatic.
Yeah, you tell them exactly what they want to hear to give them some peace.
Okay.
I don't know, because I still don't know what his master plan is. He just comes back and he's ready to go.
The whole thing felt very melodramatic kind. I mean it wasn't. It was pretty a big thing, but it just with the music and everything, it had that old feel of the old Twin Peaks. It kind of felt like a soap opera. So for me, it also it wasn't necessarily goodbye forever. Maybe it could be, but it was
Yeah. Goodbye for now.
You're mine, yeah.
Well, we have a new show. Well, not a new show. It's been out for a season, you guys, and it is coming back for its second season that we're so excited about. We wanted to tell y'all about.
Yeah, Leah Remini's Scientology in the Aftermath. I'm super excited about this show. I don't know if you guys have been watching it, but it's Annie's Emmy-nominated groundbreaking docuseries, and it returns for season 2. New episodes are every Tuesday at 9 to 8, and it follows Leah Remini along high-level former Scientology executives and church members as they delve deep into shocking stories of abuse, heartbreak, and harassment experienced by those who've left the church and spoken publicly about their experience. This season, Leah's going to be continuing her quest to give a voice to the victims of the Church of Scientology. And the series also explores accounts of former members whose lives have been significantly impacted, and she's trying to help those people take action by turning survivors into fighters, revealing truths and seeking justice. And if you haven't seen the first season, you can catch up on the A&E app to see all the old episodes. And what do you think about the show? I know you've watched it.
Oh, I love it. I think it's so interesting. And I have the A&E app. You can get it on your Apple TV for free and just watch them all. It's
Yeah,
really,
I watched it on my Roku.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I think it's really fascinating and very scary. And the way the storytelling of it is, I just think it's extremely well done. And I'm really proud of her.
I really want to see her sit down with some celebrities. That girl, the woman from Mad Men and The Handmaid's Tale has been all in the news, you know, because she's a Scientologist. And I had no idea.
Yeah.
I wonder if Leah Reni's got any stories about her.
I don't know. Well, you guys will just have to wait for season 2 to check it out, and maybe some of those things will happen, because that'll be pretty dang exciting. Okay. For me, the most exciting part of this episode was with Diane.
Oh, that was a whole lot of weird.
Yes. So we start with Diane getting a text from an unknown number that just has a smiley face and said all. And we need to note also that on the time on her phone was 16:32. I don't know what significance that has, but I just always write it down.
You and the numbers.
You do the numbers too.
I did at the beginning, and I'm giving a little less thought to the numbers as the series have gone on, because we've gotten so many numbers and very little of them have meant much of anything.
Yeah, but for me, this number was like, it's short, it's sweet. They were on it for a good couple seconds, and I think they might have showed it twice.
I just give up on the whole time continuum, so I'm like,
yeah, I don't think like I'll ever really be able to wrap my mind around it, even if it does signify something. I probably will be like, okay, maybe in another lifetime.
I know, right?
I'll get that one. But so all of a sudden, she shudders and she remembers. She just goes, I remember, oh, Coop. And she texts back coordinates and says, I hope this works, to the unknown number. Mm-hmm. Then she just marches down to go see Gordon, Albert, and Tammy. And
I really liked the music that was playing when she was walking.
Ooh, I loved it.
I was thinking she was going there to kill them. And then when she sat down and started telling that story, I was like, wait, no? And then it just threw me totally. Oh my God, when you find out that he raped her and that they had kissed before, which I thought was just a little interesting thing to throw back there, because everyone's always like, oh, Diane and Dale, were they like a thing? Like,
exactly. And she's kind of divulging all this stuff, and I wanted to rewatch the episode right in that moment where she was talking about when she goes to see Mr. C in jail, and she's super, super traumatized, and what did she talk about? It was like, where were they? Colombia? Am I making something up? They were talking about something that happened between Dale, apparently, and Diane.
Was it Argentina? Argentina is like where all this stuff is like happening.
Yes, Argentina. So, and she just doesn't want to talk about what happened there. Mm-hmm. So is that what she's referring to? Do you think it happened there?
I still don't really understand what was going on with Diane. Like, I don't understand why there would have been 2 of her. Where's the other one? Like...
And I know people in the chat have said, I wish we could have seen her and Jeannie E. interact.
Yeah, and that I don't know. That really has me all kinds of confused, because, we were thinking maybe Janie E was not a real person, and then we find out Diane's not a real person, but we know Diane was a real person. Does she have a doppelganger on Earth? Was she never, ever real? Because she was manufactured, and she's like, I know, fuck you. And that's... Oh my gosh, we'll get there.
What I got from it, though, and I could be wrong, and I wish we had our full panel here to help debunk it, but I got that she was never a real person. That from the beginning, like when she was, was she just created to be working for Dale and be part of this entire thing? Like,
I think that's a very good chance, since we haven't seen another one of her And being that she was manufactured, you'd think, okay, well then she has a doppelganger, but we haven't seen a doppelganger Diane anywhere. The only thing that I thought, this is going to sound weird, I don't really have any way to back it up other than just my thoughts, but when she kept saying that I'm in the jail, or like I'm in the sheriff's department, and I kept thinking about NATO being there, and I was thinking about NATO's name, N-A-I-D-O. It's almost Diane mixed up, with the exception of the O and the E. Yeah, and I was like, who else is in the jail? The only other people that are in the jail is the guy with the glove, Rubber Fist.
Yeah.
We've got NATO. We've got the crooked police officer, is Chad. Is that his name, I think? And
yes,
we've got,
I think one of them was Chad.
Laura's old boyfriend, the guy that sings that stupid song.
Bobby? Or no, not Bobby. God, Jimmy, James.
And
James.
The guy who, did I say that guy that we were thinking is Billy?
Yeah.
So there's only one female in the jail, other than, or at the sheriff's department.
Yeah, Heather Albright in the chat says that Diane is NATO. Ton of exclamation points. So
I just kind of don't understand it. Like, why is she Asian? What's Judy? Like, is she Judy? Is she not Judy?
I don't know. And I mean, my question is the reason her behavior is always so odd because she's kind of coming in and out, even though she is.
Well, she can only speak like this, like clicking language. So I don't even.
Well, I'm talking about Diane though.
Oh.
Because
say that again.
Like, what if Diane is kind of who she is? Because she says when she goes down there to talk to Albert, Gordon, and Tammy, she says like, "This isn't me. I'm not me. I'm not me." And
she did seem like she was going in and out.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't understand why she would have been put with Cooper before all of this. I don't see anything that's made us think that she was planted, because it made it seem like it all kind of started with Laura.
Yes, and I at least want them.
She's so much younger than Diane.
I at least really wish they were referencing Laura more at this point to kind of make it full circle, because yes, we have 2 episodes left, but we're viewing them all at once. It's essentially a very long finale. So, and I hate kind of, when finales, it's like, oh, let's just throw in the important thread throughout this whole thing and make sure.
Part of me is wondering if we might get a 4th season.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that, and that I would be very happy.
I don't think there's any way to wrap this all up in a nice bow in 2 hours. I think there's still going to be questions. I know the book's coming out soon.
Yes.
But the books never tell you everything.
Exactly.
Even though they say they're like, like secret history, even though it's like not necessarily true what they're writing about, like the complete dossier or whatever. Who's going to say that's actually like complete?
Yeah, it is something to be said about a certain medium, which is television in this, that people want to watch. Like, yes, they love the books, they want to read them, but they don't want that to be it. We started as a TV show. This is what we kind of, want to continue with.
Yeah.
I want to talk about what Tammy said, though. She says they are real. So, Diane says, I'm not me, takes out a gun, and then Tammy and Albert both shoot her, and she kind of... what's the exact word for what she did?
Whoosh.
Whoosh? She whooshed out of there?
She whooshed out of there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it was before she got shot. Was she shot when she got out of there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They shot her.
So she was shot, and,
Well, it goes back to the story they were telling about the woman who had the twin sister, and then when she died, they were both gone. So that's where that word, the Tulpa, came from.
That's what I was gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was like their original Blue Rose case. So Tammy had just found out about that, and then lo and behold, she sees this thing happen for her, like within like 24 hours, I guess, of finding out this whole story.
Yeah.
I could see how that would be a little like shake you up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's it's real. The Tulpa, and I am very glad and interested to know more about that. At least we have a name for kind of what's going on.
What does it say when you Google Tulpa? Let's see.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like something in some other language or if it's actually just like a made up word.
Yeah, look it up. I'm not sure.
Tulpa.
I thought about the same thing.
Tulpa.
Dunno.
It's gonna mean something like totally awful. Tulsa, also translated as a magical emanation, conjured thing, and phantom, is a concept in mysticism. Of a being or object which is created through sheer spiritual or mental discipline alone. It is defined in Indian Buddhist texts as any unreal, illusory, or mind-created apparition. So there is something to that.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome.
I can't wait to actually figure out how that works into all of this. So then we see Diane in the red room with the man with one arm, and this is when we figure out, someone manufactured her. And then she starts disappearing like actual Dougie did.
That scene.
Yeah.
I really liked seeing her sitting in that chair like that, and like when she's like cracking her.
Laura Dern is just so badass in this, and I love it. And I can almost tell. Sometimes if you wear a wig or something that's undisguising to you. I mean, she's an amazing actress, but I feel like when she puts that wig on, she turns it on with Diane.
Yeah.
Like, she is in the Diane mode.
Yeah, and I like how her
it.
response to him is when he tells her that she was like created. She's like, I know,
she's like,
fuck you.
I know, obviously.
But the way she disappears, I don't know about what you fans think about it out there, but I was not into those special effects at all. They were like so weird.
Well, it's similar. I mean, it's kind of similar to what we saw with Dougie.
It's just kind of dated and strange.
Yes, I mean,
like
so
with all the
show.
technology and all that out there, I was like, why couldn't they have made that look a little more like, I don't know, it like kind of looked like what they might have done back in like 1990. When they had this show, like how they might have done that.
Maybe. But, that's kind of the joy of this show still. There's moments when, like you said, so melodramatic, this and that, It's great. I don't know. It was fun, and I would really love to see another Diane pop up somewhere.
I do. I really am curious to know if there is another Diane somewhere.
I sure hope so. So then next we have Dale, and he's in the limo with the Mitchum brothers, the Candy Girls. They were so great and so funny in this scene.
They were.
Loved it.
They really are like men with heart of gold. Or whatever.
I mean, I love those guys. Seriously, love those guys. He tells them the truth. He's not an insurance salesman. He's an FBI agent that's been missing for 25 years, and they need to take him to a sheriff's office in Twin Peaks, and they don't really want to take him, and exactly, he's like, you have hearts of gold, we can do this together.
I just love how quickly he snaps back into that full-on character, and he is just, I don't know, even his voice, it sounds so the same. Like, when you get older, your voice kind of drops a little bit, but it was like same intonations, Dale Cooper, it was just, it was great.
Yes, it's like he is officially back. If we ever were confused with any of the other Dales that have been floating around these entire, all these episodes, we know now. It's like, we're like, we haven't seen him in a while.
And just all
Maybe
the personalities
no.
together was really interesting to me. Like the two Mitchum brothers and him and the Candy Girls are like this. Like, can you imagine that jet ride? Like,
yeah.
What a bunch of wackos.
It was super, super, super awesome. I was very excited about it. Really quick, you guys, I'm also really excited to give you guys some cool news about AfterBuzz.
Yes.
So we're going in a bit of a new direction in a very, very good way to give you guys more awesome content. So as always, we thank you so much for your support, and we actually have some really exciting news. Whether you're a new listener or a longtime AfterBuzz fan, you know that we're the world's #1 destination for TV coverage. While starting next month, we'll be expanding our content beyond just after shows to bring you a whole new set of content, format, and really, really awesome guests. Our after shows are not going anywhere. Don't worry. We love doing this. We're going to keep on doing it. They're simply evolving. Most of the shows that you love only air for part of the year, but during the rest of the year, these shows have news constantly breaking that you want to talk about. So as the ESPN of TV talk, we know it's our job to cover it. We'll have in-depth coverage of comedy, dramas, animated, truly anything that you can imagine, and nothing is off limits. And we want to hear your guys' feedback. We want to talk about things that you want to see. So as always, reach out to us via social media, email, all of that. And given our no limits approach to TV coverage, we realize that sometimes it can be hard to find the shows that you love, and we listen to you. We're restructuring the website, shows, and our platforms to make it easier to find what you guys are looking for. I've seen it. It looks amazing. You just can go and search any kind of show in a very, very fun, easy platform. Our YouTube channel will be divided into 9 sections by genre: dramas, comedies, reality, reality competition, wrestling and sports, animation, sci-fi, fantasy, superheroes, red carpets, and lastly, our own featured and original content. There's a lot to be excited about, you guys, but it won't happen all overnight. As we develop, we will be experimenting and cater to your TV desires, which means your participation and feedback will be essential to deliver these custom shows. To keep up to date with everything, be sure to sign up for our monthly newsletter launching in September and check out our show AfterBuzz Weekly with Megan Stetcher. So a lot of new exciting stuff going on. We just wanted to make sure we let you guys know, especially before our season ends, so you can figure out what shows you want to watch next, how you can watch them.
It can be kind of hard when you have so many shows you like on AfterBuzz, when you're following on social media and you're seeing like all these things. And this will make it so you can follow what you want to watch. Say if you're not into like the reality shows, you just follow the superhero feed and find out all those shows. It really makes it a lot easier for you guys.
Absolutely. So let us know what you guys think about that. Any questions, feel free to always, reach out, and we'll definitely listen to what you have to say to heart. Lastly, I want to talk about Audrey. We opened with Audrey's dance.
Can we hear that song again? I don't know. Is it possible?
Yep. He's doing it.
I just love it. It puts me in this mood.
Freaks me out a little bit,
I know.
Appropriately so. We see her and Charlie at the Roadhouse.
Oh my gosh.
So at this point, I'm thinking I was wrong. This is happening.
This music's perfect for all this. I felt like I was going out of my mind. I was like, what in the world is happening? I loved the whole thing where she's dancing on the floor. I love how when she cheers to her, she's like cheers to someone else.
Cheers to Billy. Cheers to Billy.
Loved all that. And when they come out there and they're like, oh my gosh, Audrey's dance. And I was like, no.
Of course she has to do it.
Oh my god, and boy did she. We got a longer one than the original one.
Yeah, and a little fan service to us, I think, because we've been waiting for that and excited about it. We finally saw it, and I think when we're all thinking this is real.
Yeah.
But then as she's dancing, a fight breaks out.
Was that all right? I wasn't sure if that was the fight that happened last week. You remember?
Yes.
It got between James and Jessica Zor's husband?
Yes. I think it might have been. I'm not 100% sure as far as those names matching.
Yeah.
So guys, let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments if you think that it's like she was there.
Yeah, it seemed like things were meeting up.
Yeah, but she was not there. And, she goes to Charlie after this happens and screams to get her out of there. And then we see Audrey looking in a mirror in just an all white, just white encompassing everywhere. At first I thought, okay, mental hospital. But then Michael
I think it's an alien spaceship.
And now I do too. I really do.
She looked so strange. She looked like if you were taken by an alien, you wouldn't have your hair all done. You'd probably have it pulled back. You'd probably be in some white gown. You'd probably be in some white room. I don't know. I guess this is just what I imagine an alien spaceship to look like. But I don't know. She wouldn't. Oh, yes, she didn't seem like she was in a home or anything like that.
I don't know. People said asylum. I could see that happening. Some people are saying a different dimension, or maybe that is the White Lodge.
I don't
the
think
Notebook baby says.
I don't know. She had to have. No one's mentioned Audrey, so we don't think anyone's looking for her or anything. It seems like people know whatever's happened to her. She's not in question.
Right.
But I don't know. She had Richard, so I feel like she's on this earth, or has been up until maybe recently. But yeah, I feel so in the dark. I have no clue. But I will say what you were saying about the Black Lodge or White Lodge. During the end credits, they were playing Audrey's theme backwards. and you could see the people playing the instruments backwards. So that makes me think that the Black White Lodge stuff is alien and she's stuck somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, there is something to be said that there could be a lot of different things in play. It's not just one thing. It's not just extraterrestrials, and it's not just, you know, different dimensions.
Yeah.
It is a lot of different kind of folklore and things that we've, you know, guessed.
Yeah.
And it all is tying into one little gold, what was it? Not a ball.
Seed.
A seed, yes.
The thing that makes me just so confused about it all is just how just Richard. Like, I guess you could have a baby in a coma, but
no. But I mean, Richard's been alive long enough. It could have been after he was born, easily.
Yeah, I don't understand why there's been no reference to her anywhere except for in her scenes.
Yeah.
But she knows things that are going on in the Twin Peaks universe.
Yes.
So that's another thing that makes me like, I don't have no idea.
Right.
No idea.
Well, on that note, let's get into predictions. We have a lot of stuff to predict.
Oh, I hear that electricity.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV
Freak me out.
predictions.
Well, my log has something to tell you. Ladies first.
Me? Oh. Okay. Oh. Thanks for the music. Well, first, guys, I just want to let you know we are most likely not going to be taping next Sunday. It's going to be a different day. We're going to let you know on social media. And we will have a lot of our people back, which will be awesome. So I predict that's going to happen. I also predict that Audrey is going to be a key to all of this in some way. And, you know, her waking up hopefully will happen, or we'll really figure out what's going on with her. And now that Dale is there, we will see Laura Palmer again. I think hopefully in these last 2 episodes we're going to see a lot of people and get closure to some stories, especially Becky with Shirley. I think we're going to see a little bit more of Norma, because for me, Norma is a little bit too good to be true. I honestly don't necessarily trust her. I think she has good intentions, but I think that she isn't exactly who we think she might be, and that's a big one. But
It's strange to me. I don't think there's like anything going on with Norma.
Do you guys remember the time that I said Sarah Palmer was an alien?
All right, yeah, I didn't.
Okay.
Well, I thought something was going on with her, but I didn't think it was quite that.
Giving you the log.
All right. Well, I read an interview that Laura Dern did, and she said something about being in a scene riding with Kyle MacLachlan in a car, and we still haven't seen that. So that makes me want to think maybe we'll see another Diane next episode.
Yeah, I hope so.
I feel like we're unless we get a season 4 and they've just re-edited it so that can happen. I think we're gonna find out who got killed, like out in the forest with Kirsten Hayward and that crazy guy that she was dating that's married to
Becky. Yes, Steven.
But most of all, I think Laura Palmer's gonna come back to Earth and set stuff right.
Or set it all on fire. You know, you just never know.
Yeah, set it on fire.
Well, guys, on that note, we have one more thing we need to remind you of. We're extending this contest one more week.
Are we?
Well, I mean,
awesome.
Was it next week we were going to do? Yeah, no, we were going to do it this week. But we're going to do it for the finale, you know? Because that makes the most sense. We'll have everybody back. We'll have Lisa back. We'll wait till Lisa's back so we can do all this. So we will retweet it this week, and you guys have to retweet it to be entered in the contest, and we will tell you guys who wins next week. And there's a lot of really cool free stuff to go around, and I would love it.
Oh, there's so much cool stuff.
Where can everyone find you on social media, Michael?
You can find me at Michael X Shirley on Instagram and Twitter, and check out my blog at ilovemichaelshirley.com.
And you guys can find me, Sam Davidson, at SamD43 on Twitter and Instagram, and SamDavidsonEntertainment.com. We will see you next week. We'll tweet out when the time will be for our 2-part finale. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Tulpa.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.